record.
Thank you for joining us for a KBRFradio.com sports video presentation. Today's game is proudly brought to you by Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups, Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show, Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard, Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout, Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game, Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated, Fergus Monument, Otter Tail Coaches, American Federal Bank of Fergus Falls, Running Stitches, Fresh and Fancy at Mamashina's, FM Bank, Viking Cafe, Service Food, and Ugstead Plumbing and Heating. It's now time for the pregame.
Hello and welcome here to Otter Stadium tonight. It is the home opener for the Fergus Falls girls soccer team. They come in at 1-1. This is a section game. It is a Central Lakes Conference matchup tonight. As on a beautiful Tuesday night, low 70s for temperatures, just enough breeze to try and keep the bugs away. It is the Fergus Falls Otters and the Detroit Lakers. The first of two matchups tonight here, first of two matchups here during the season. These teams will meet up again in late September. Good evening tonight. I'm Brad Anderson here on Channel 977 and, of course, on the KBRF radio YouTube page as well, as we will be streaming a lot of video action here this fall and winter as well. Looking forward to that, not just for the Otters, but a number of area teams as well. Fergus Falls Otters, after a 6-0 win, 5-11-1 a year ago, but do bring back a lot of experience. Open things up with a 6-0 win. Really broke things open in the second half, controlling play with a win at Melrose last Thursday. And then went across town to Hillcrest. 3-2 was the final there as the Otters took an early lead in the opening period as Aubrey Nelson able to pick up a goal for an early advantage at 1-0, and really was Hillcrest that won the battle in the second half of play. Took a 3-1 lead before Olivia Juergens able to finish, left-footed finish with about 11 minutes to go in the match to make it a 3-2 match, but the Comets came away with the crosstown battle and won that by a score of 3-2. But under new head coach Paul Hicks, who was an assistant for a number of years under Ben Juergens and has taken over the reins here of the Fergus Falls Otters. Back-to-back games for the Otters. They will have another Central Lakes Conference matchup when they travel to Brainerd. Was originally scheduled for Thursday. That'll be held tomorrow afternoon in Brainerd, and squeeze those Wednesday games and matches in before school begins here next week. As far as returning varsity players, the Otters in pretty good shape. They'll have Ava Thompson as the goalkeeper, and she'll be the starter tonight. Has a lot of experience on defense with Shea Katzenmeyer and Sierra Ochoa. Olivia Juergens is a midfielder who already has a goal on the season. Aubrey Nelson is a forward who has performed well early on. Avery Tonneson, Ashlyn Wolders, just a number of the names that you will see as we continue on here through the course of the season for the Otters coming into play tonight. For Detroit Lakes, they are 0-2 as they were blanked by Little Falls to start the season. That was last Thursday in Little Falls, 4-0, home to Heritage Christian. And talking a little bit with the Otter coach Tim Garcia, had a 2-0 lead at halftime, gave up a couple of goals very quickly early on in the second half to make it a 2-2 game, and then Heritage Christian punched one in late. It's very frustrating to give away a lead like that, especially at home, and definitely very frustrating in that loss. As we continue on here with our pregame report, still to come, we'll have our starting lineups presented by Nelson Auto Center on Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. And it's going to be an interesting run here for the Otters. Back-to-back games this week, and then they'll be off, and they'll have essentially a home-and-home with Ricori next week. They'll travel to Cold Spring right after the Labor Day break on Tuesday, 7 p.m. start, and then we'll be home here at Otter Stadium to take on the Ricori Spartans. Meantime, for the Lakers, they will be off until next Thursday when they host Alexandria. They will take on Hillcrest, the other side of town in Fergus Falls, for a Saturday match on September 6th. We'll continue on with more of our pregame report here on a beautiful night for soccer here in Fergus Falls. We're back after this on Channel 977 and on the KBRF radio YouTube page. We're back in a moment.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
As a customer, you can expect award-winning sales and service, body shop, express lube, Boss snowplows and accessories, and auto glass installation and repair.
Minnesota Motor.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
We're back here at Otters Stadium tonight. It is the Otters and Detroit Lakes. Otters and the Lakers tonight. This is a one-point match as far as the Central Lakes Conference standings goes. These teams will meet again in Detroit Lakes at the end of September. That'll be on September the 29th as we continue on. Elsewhere in the Central Lakes Conference schedule, Cloquet was at Alexandria, Sartell at Wilmer, St. Cloud at Sauk Rapids Rice, and this matchup here with Detroit Lakes and Fergus Falls. Matchup with the Otters and Brainerd tomorrow will be a 2-point match that'll get underway at 6 p.m. So that's just a peek at the other games around the conference there. Fergus Falls, as we mentioned, a 6-0 victory over Melrose as Aubrey Nelson had 3 goals to lead the Otters. She got the first goal, the assist by Edie Helgeson for a 1-0 lead. It was 1-0 at halftime, and then the dam broke in the second half as Aubrey Nelson got her second, the 38-minute mark, and a nice through pass by Edie Helgeson, which made it 2-0. Helgeson got a goal of her own to make it 3-0. LSM on the assist there, and then Nelson picking up another goal, and Anna and LSM sharing a goal as well. LSM picking up a goal that was part of a 5-goal second half to take care of things there as the final ended up being 6-0 in their season opener, and then we talked about the 3-2 loss. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back with our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups as we get ready for the start of this one with the Otters and the Lakers in just a moment.
What's your number?
I drove 113 miles.
And I drove 124 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Shout loud. Cheer strong. Jump for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority. Lake Region Healthcare.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe.
We will get to the starting lineups here. They are presented by Nelson Auto Center, Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls, for the visiting Detroit Lakes Lakers under Coach Tim Garcia. Mari Rufer will be the goalkeeper. She is a sophomore. We join in the starting lineup on defense. Mara Johnson, number 9, a senior. Number 10, Haley Spindler, a freshman. Claire McDonald, a freshman. The midfielders are number 13, Emily Teesfeld, a senior. Number 5, Addison Laux, a midfielder. Hayden Laux, a midfielder. Callame Newman is a midfielder as well. Forwards, number 17, Sadra Crowsgard, a sophomore. And 22, Haley Songstead will also see some time as a forward and a midfielder, a senior for the Detroit Lakes Lakers, who come in at 0-2 overall. For the Otters, starting lineup will go like this. Goalkeeper will be the senior number 1, Ava Thompson. The rest of the starters will go like this. Aubrey Nelson at a forward. Number 2, a junior, Ellis Sem. Midfielder, number 3, a senior. Sierra Ochoa on left defense, a senior. Number 4, forward number 5, Ashlyn Wohlers, a senior. Number 6, Kinsey Zender on right defense, a sophomore. Middle defense, Shea Katzenmeyer, number 16, a senior. Number 17, in the middle, Olivia Jurgens, a senior. Edie Helgeson, a freshman. Number 20, midfielders 24, Avery Tonneson, a junior, and number 25, Avery Oren, also in the middle as well for head coach Paul Hicks and the Fergus Falls Otters. So our starting lineups, they are presented by Nelson Auto Center. Stay tuned for the start of this match coming up after this.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls and Grand Forks is your shopping stop for America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Whether you're towing, hauling, or just enjoying the open road, we have a truck for you. Half, 3/4, and 1 ton. There's a truck for every job. Stop and visit or shop any of our stores at NelsonAutoCenter.com. Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls and Grand Forks.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms 1 dinner at a time.
Shout loud. Cheer strong. Jump for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority. Lake Region Healthcare.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, 1 play at a time. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
As a customer, you can expect award-winning sales and service, body shop, express lube, Boss snowplows and accessories, and auto glass installation and repair.
Minnesota Motor.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
As just underway as a shot, and there's a save by Ava Thompson as Devils Lake, or I should say Detroit Lakes, jumps out and attacks early, and now the Otters will get back on the offensive. Ball to midfield. Comes here to the near side. A battle for it there for Detroit Lakes is Addison Laux, and Laux comes away with it, able to weave between traffic. 25 out. Ball broken up and comes back to the Otters as they try to work their way back towards midfield. Broken up that time from the freshman Edie Helgeson. Pass broken up. Nice job, and it's intercepted there by Ashlyn Wolders, and ball goes out of play. Just underway here in the opening minute. Home opener for the Otters. And they're at Brainerd tomorrow, and then a home and home with Ricori next week, Tuesday and Thursday. On the road Tuesday, back here on Thursday. Try to clear it out, but handled there by Detroit Lakes. Emily Teesfeld through traffic just outside the 18. And the Otters come away with it. Good work by Fergus Falls as they work it to the middle of the pitch. Wolders trying to chase it down, keep it in play near the corner, and trying to handle it. Lost her balance in the process, taken back by Detroit Lakes. And then it's sent out of play by the Lakers, and the Otters will throw it in. On the offensive is Kinsey Zender. Tosses it in near side, and cleared out by the Lakers. So one shot early on, one save for the Otters, and Ava Thompson so far. Otters were able to get a goal quickly on Saturday, and again, kind of got off to a slow start, and you expect that with the season opener last Thursday. Ball goes out of play, in fact, goes underneath over the far side bleachers. Well, that was for DL to, now they're going to throw another ball in, is whoever it was for Detroit Lakes just assumed that was going to be, just throw another one in, but had to go chase that down as it crawled underneath the far side bleachers. Thrown in by the Lakers. Battle for it far side. Trying to lead feed, but that was broken up over there for Detroit Lakes. Looks like Sogstad, and that one is out of play. A perfect night. Low 70s for temps, about 72 degrees, a little bit of a breeze. Had some tennis going on today. The JV match was over on the grass field adjacent here to Otter Stadium. That one sent out of play, and will be thrown in here by Detroit Lakes. Scoreless as we are in the 4th minute of play. A little over 36 minutes to go in this opening half. First of 2 matchups this year, with these 2 teams are conference opponents and section opponents as well in Section 8 of Class 2A. Otters throw it in and head it out. It's time to head that one out. Emily Teesfeld does the honors and out of play. Both these teams in Section 8 of Class AA. They are joined in the section for the next 2 years by Ricori, St. Cloud, Little Falls, Sartell, Sauk Rapids, Rice, and Wilmer. So it's a lot of the Central Lakes Conference. That'll be Section 8 AA. So familiarity won't be an issue. Headed there by Emily Teesfeld. Not a play as the Otters are trying to inch their way offensively into the 18 as we are in the 5th minute. We're approaching 35.5 minutes to go in the opening half. That one thrown in, broken up again. Teesfeld was there, and likewise Marin Johnson, like it glanced off her shoulder and out of play as Otters, again, just slowly but surely trying to work their way, and it will be corner coming here for the Otters. It'll be the first of the match for either team. Low on the corner, loose, and approach there by Aubrey Nelson and out of play. She had to pick it up kind of in a short hop. Didn't really get a chance to really step into it. Flipped one up and over the net and out of play. Mari Rufer, the keeper for Detroit Lakes, to return it back in. Really after that first little burst there by Detroit Lakes, as the game began, the Otters slowly kind of gained control and trying to keep things on their end of the pitch. They'll reset back towards midfield. As fumbling with it and giving it up was Olivia Jurgens for the Otters, and the ball out of play, and be thrown in lead by the Otters, and that'll be the case. Able to chase it down there for Detroit Lakes was Hayden Laux. And Kinsey Zender tosses it in near side. Went off the body of Wolders. Wolders works near side. Ball broken up. Wolders working hard. Chasing after it, likewise Claire McDonald for the Lakers. And the ball out of play, and possession will go to the Lakers. So we start the 7th minute of play here in the opening half. Just one shot. At least one shot on net, one save here for the Otters, one corner kick. That's been all. And approach here to the near side. Laux couldn't chase it down, so Fergus Falls with right defenseman sophomore Kinsey Zender to toss it in. Be about 30 to 35 yards out. On the near side, Addie Laux. Again, that's broken up by Lakers now to play. So the Otters, really just the one shot on net that missed the net, but they have slowly kind of gained control here and have kept play on their end of the pitch. That's broken up again by Detroit Lakes now to play in Claire McDonald. Zender tosses that one in, loose into the 18. There's a shot, and save made there. Kind of a low shot from Olivia Jurgens. Just a nice job to put it on the keeper that time, and Rufer comes up with her first save of the match. So we're into the 8th minute of play, a little under 33 minutes to go in this first half on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region service beyond the connection. We are scoreless here with the Otters and the Lakers tonight. High school girls soccer on Channel 977 on the Fergus Now app, and of course on YouTube as well, the KBRF Radio YouTube page. Just adding another way to watch and or listen to your favorite local sports teams. Ball out of play. And the Otters will bring it in from the far side. Benches on the far side of the pitch. Headed there. Cedra Krogsgaard gets a piece of it. Kept in along the far sideline by the Lakers, but not for long. Out of play, and Otters will send it in. It's like Shea Katzenmeyer, it looks like, will do the honors. So we start the 9th minute of this opening half as we're just under 32 minutes to play in the first half and scoreless on the Park Region scoreboard. Approach into the box. Kind of a centering attempt, but is cleared out. Nice job by the Lakers. On the approach, here comes Detroit Lakes. Hayden Laux will lead the rush. Tried a through ball that time as Chloe Jorgensen, actually looks like Teesfeld. Teesfeld trying to chase it down, and believe offside is going to be the call, and it'll be the whistle. And the ball back to Fergus Falls. But they tried that through ball, just out of the reach of Teesfeld, who had gotten behind the Otter defense. So free kick coming here for the Otters. Nearly through 9 minutes of play in this opening half as they look to restart things offensively in a scoreless match. Now with a full head of steam coming Fergus Falls and Helgeson. Kept in play by Detroit Lakes. Ball goes to Haley Songstead. Songstead trying to get free. Attempt was blocked. Songstead coming back, got a piece of it as substitution in for the Otters. As in for Fergus Falls, 21 Bella Rude is a senior, and it's like a second substitution in. It's like Ella Sim is out for the Otters, and get that second substitution in as thrown in by Fergus Falls. Olivia Jurgens, 17, also back into the match here for Fergus Falls. Otters control with Sierra Ochoa. Strikes with the left foot. Sent down just inside the 18, trying to clear it out there for Fergus Falls. It's like Johnson, Marin Johnson, a nice job. Good footwork there. Working hard to get the ball back. Here's a strike attempt, and save made there by Rufer. It's her second save. Second save there, as we'll see if we can take a peek at that last attempt, perhaps. The replay attempt as save so far, 2 for Mari Roofer, keeper for the Lakers, and one early on so far for the Otters. That came very early in the match. In fact, in the opening minute of play by Ava Thompson. We are scoreless. Almost into the, actually, here in the 12th minute of play as we're approaching 29 minutes to go here in this opening half. Scoreless. Ball comes here to the near side for the Otters. Bella Rude has it taken away. Nice job. Two-person game there to knock the ball free, but coming back in, Kinsey Zender, but it is cleared out beyond midfield along the near sideline as it'll roll out of play. Kinsey Zender letting that ball go through, and it's like Wohlers will bring it back in here for the Otters. For Helgeson. Now the approach through midfield. Comes back here along the near side. Hayden Laux. Ball's broken up. Broken up by Bellerud. And handled again by the Otters. Juergens. Ball broken up. Taken back by Detroit Lakes. Trying to keep it in play. Unable to do so was Laux. And Laux could not keep it in play. And the Otters will send it back in. Along the near side. Kind of hugs the sideline and out of play. So it'll belong now to Detroit Lakes. Chloe Jorgensen will toss it in as we're scoreless on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region service beyond the connection tonight here from Otter Stadium in Fergus Falls. Stay tuned for our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. We'll be here before you know it. On Channel 977, the Fergus Now app as well. Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That is Running Stitches Embroidery. And the Lakers have struggled at times just kind of gaining and sustaining any kind of possession, as at times has been a little bit of a defensive stalemate. Aubrey Nelson, good work there. Mackenzie Clem is into the match for Detroit Lakes. Mackenzie Clem, sophomore midfielder. Battle for it. The Otters asked for Juergens. That is broken up. Nice job there by Detroit Lakes. Loose ball, chasing it down for the Otters is Kinsey Zender. It's broken up and out of play. And it will belong to Detroit Lakes. Also in for the Lakers, 15, Mackenzie Clem, as we mentioned, is into the match, thrown in by Chloe Jorgensen. Now Laux. Pass through traffic. As the ball sent in to the 18, is scooped up there by goalkeeper Ava Thompson, able to get a good angle on that ball and chase it down, and she will send that one deep back towards midfield. Loose after it for the Otters. Trying to chase it down was Ellis Sem, as all through the middle. Tried a through ball, but nobody could chase it down for the Lakers, as goalkeeper Thompson, as Zender giving way to Thompson, let her handle things for Fergus Falls. Nearly 14 minutes into this first half, still no score. Otters at 1-1. This is their Central Lakes Conference opener, and also opener inside of Section 8AA as well. DL had a loss at Little Falls Thursday. Well, some substitutions in for Fergus Falls. Looks like Juergens heads out. As in for the Otters will be Anna Sem, number 13, a junior, checks into the match. Ball sent along the far side. Off of one of the Otters, but the ball was out of play as the Otters are going to get a free kick on this, and I think we'll get looks like that's going to be, I think, a red card was assessed, or a infraction was assessed against one of the Otters. And look and see, it might have been Ellis Sim trying to get the number on that, but it will be a free kick here for Detroit Lakes. I think. I thought they couldn't tell if it was a red or a yellow card that they did put up on that. Okay, so it was a yellow card. So out of play is Shea Katzenmeyer back there for the Otters as 15 minutes into this first half, still scoreless with the Lakers and the Otters tonight in Fergus Falls. Channel 977, the Fergus Now app, fergusnow.com as well. Great way to listen. And, of course, you can check it out as well on the KBRF Radio YouTube page. Handling it there for Detroit Lakes was Maddie Reese. Broken up and eventually out of play as will be thrown in by Detroit Lakes once more. And along the far side, and Lakers will, with Songstead, will bring it back into play. And along the far sideline is Otters doing a good job kind of bottling up that side of the field. All broken up and not many, just the one offensive opportunity and scoring chance early on for Detroit Lakes. The Otters have had probably a couple of good medium-range chances. Good work there by Aubrey Nelson. Nelson works through traffic and eventually out of plays. She roughly about 40 out. Nice job there to bottle up there by the Laker defense. Loose ball will be chased down as Rufer. McDonald will give way to Rufer. Will scoop it up and continue on. This ball back towards midfield and ends up with Krogsgaard. And Krogsgaard sends it out of play. 16.5 into this first half as we approach 23 minutes to go in a scoreless match here in this opening half on the Park Region scoreboard. Nice work there by Maren Johnson for Detroit Lakes. Ball comes back to the Lakers. All through center and possession back to the Otters. Pass comes for Anna Sim. Broken up there as Belarud battles for it. Loose, and can they chase it down? No, Belarud trying to chase it down, but the Otters will throw it in. Actually, no, they won't. Possession will belong to the Lakers. So the official's going to talk something over it. I think it might be a question of who has possession. It was almost close to simultaneous possession. Now we are back into play. There for Detroit Lakes, Addison Laux finds Maddie Reese. Good idea, just out of the reach of, it's like Presley Barker is in there for the Lakers. Yep, number 11, Presley Barker, over working on the far side as a midfielder for the Lakers. Good idea to kind of get that ball through traffic, but just out of the reach of Barker. Barker after it for the Lakers. Possession battles finally handled by the Otters as taken away. Nice job by 7th grader Lydia Schlotterhoff on defense. Helped to break up that loose ball. Pass comes for the Otters. Jurgens trying to handle it, make it Belarud. Belarud along with Hannah Sim for the Otters. Now comes DL with it. Left-footed strike by Mackenzie Clem and broken up by the Otters, not a play, but trying to see Detroit Lakes kind of flip the field here a little bit. Nearly halfway through this first half. Into the 20th minute of play is out for Detroit Lakes. Chloe Jorgensen checks out of the match. Maddie Reese will send it in as back in for Detroit Lakes. As Reese throws it in as back into the match for Detroit Lakes. And here's an attempt and loose and just wide of the goal that time. We'll see if we can take a second look at that. That one just rolling just wide of the goals. The keeper, Thompson, came out to try and make a play on it. The loose ball went maybe just a couple of feet just wide of the far side post. So Ava Thompson, one save came early on, trying to bring it back into play. Pass did not connect. They tried to find Belarud here on the near side. It'll be thrown in by Detroit Lakes. His attempt into the box, broken up by the Otters, and eventually just cleared out of play. Nice job there defensively by the Otters to just, once they got into the out of the 18 and in close into that 7-yard area, and finally cleared out by the Otters. Thrown in again, and throwing it in that time was Maddie Reese. Attempt was blocked. Here's a save made. Nice job there. Great job on the save. Diving attempt there by Thompson. Take a peek at that here on the replay, as right there, diving stop on a scoring chance. Probably the best one of the match here for Detroit Lakes. They'll get their first corner of the match, as we are a little over halfway through this first half. Into traffic and broken up by the Otters. Ball loose and handled there. Addie Laux. Laux has it broken up. Now advantage, kind of momentum swung back last probably 3-4 minutes here. And got a whistle and a stoppage. Offside is the call. Otters will bring it back in. Looks like with Zender, and it is Kinsey Zender, or checks looks like Shea Katzenmeyer will do the honor here for Fergus Falls. There's the approach. Broken up, ball rolls through midfield, out of the reach of Schlotterhoff, and eventually Katzenmeyer will just send it out of play, and substitutions, couple in for the Otters, one for the Lakers. Bellerud checks out for Fergus Falls. One of the substitutions, as Ashlyn Wolders is back into the match here for the Otters. Ball's broken up, and Fergus Falls back the other way with it, as we are at 18 minutes to go right now in the first half. No score. There was a whistle. Yep, offside the call. Was trying to get into the clear was Sadra Krosgaard, and had a step on the Otter defense, but whistle and offside the call. So it will be for Fergus Falls. Katzenmeyer will bring play back in. Here's the approach. Headed there by Krosgaard. Krosgaard trying to lead the transition back the other way. Battle for it. Headed there by the Otters to keep it in play by Aubrey Nelson. Ball comes loose, and Rufer able to scoop it up as Nelson got it started. Trying to hustle back. Offensively was Olivia Jurgens, but Olsen out of play. Loose ball. After it, it's like it was Nelson again, but couldn't get around Claire McDonald. And the keeper, Rufer, brings it back into play. Over there for Fergus Falls, Ashlyn Wolders. Another attempt, and loose and out of play. So under 17 minutes to go here in the 24th minute of play here in this first half. Saves, 3 for Fergus Falls, 2 for the Lakers. Each team has had a corner kick so far. It's like LSM back into the match for the Otters. Ball comes near side. Detroit Lakes tries to keep it in play. And it's cleared out again by the Otters. Trying to find that loose ball was Wolders. Took a big bounce on the turf and trying to locate it. Now to play as substitutions both ways. As out for the Otters will go Avery Oren. Checking out for Detroit Lakes, Addie Laux and Krosgaard. Krosgaard been very active here in this first half, as Addie Reese is back in for Detroit Lakes. It's like Mackenzie Clem in the match as well. Handled there by the Otters and Zender. Zender, ball broken up. Nice job there by Detroit Lakes. Ball through midfield, loose ball. Katzenmeyer trying to chase it down and will clear it out of play. So again, a nice job. That defense in midfield kind of bottling things up. Kind of a small thing right now, but will give Detroit Lakes an opportunity here as they'll throw it in from the far side. Into the 18. Headed and finally scooped up on a bounce by Ava Thompson. Pass did not connect as they looked to toss it in. And Thompson, short approach that time, getting a piece of it, Ashlyn Wolders. Ball loose. Really good, much better work defensively. Gotten a little more aggressive have the Lakers here as the half has gone along. Otters come on the offensive. Pass for Wolders did not connect. Gets deflected and redirected. It's Aubrey Nelson out there for the Otters. We'll come back. And here comes an opportunity as there's a goal. Aubrey Nelson couldn't clear the ball out as that goal with 14:44 to play here in this first half. And Aubrey Nelson, who had herself a hat trick against Melrose in the season opener. So we get a second look at it right there as she was able to get basically around a pair of Lakers on defense and scores. 14:44 remaining in the first half. And it's 1-0. See if they will attach an assist on that as well as checking back in for Detroit Lakes. Got some substitutions as Mackenzie Clem checks out. Haley Spindler is back in on defense. Hayden Laux is in for the Lakers.
Scoring for the Otters, number 2, Aubrey Nelson.
So Aubrey Nelson gets the goal. They will attach an assist on that for now, but we'll give Nelson the goal, and 1-0 in favor of the Otters here on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region service beyond the connection. Stay tuned. Our halftime report just around the corner, presented by Minnesota Motor Company. You'll like the way they do business. Minnesota Motor Company, South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls. Haven't had any timeouts and stoppages as of yet, but when we do, they're presented to you by Lake Region Healthcare here on Channel 977. Also the Fergus Now app, and of course, the KBRF Radio YouTube page. Spindler able to find the 7th grader Lydia Schlotteroff for Detroit Lakes. And sent towards the keeper, and Thompson scoops that up. 13:45 to play first half, 1-0 Otters. Here in the home opener for Fergus Falls. And also their home opener as offside be whistled against the Lakers. So to reset here for the Otters as Ashlyn Wolders out there, Aubrey Nelson, Olivia Jurgens on defense, Kinsey Zender. The approach through midfield. Laux battles for the ball. About 30 to 35 out. Nice job to clear that all the way through as chasing it down for the Otters, Kinsey Zender, but nice job Schlotterhoff able to keep that in play. And we'll handle things. Handle for it into the box as they try to clear it out. Trying to clear it out there was Sierra Ochoa for the Otters, and eventually does so. So a little bit of danger there as substitutions each way for the Otters. Actually, one for Detroit Lakes as well. As from the far corner, it'll sent back in by Detroit Lakes. Toss back in, loose. That's broken up. Looked like Ochoa got a piece of that, and nice job to clear that out by the Otters. Haley Spindler back. Pass broken up. Nelson battles for it. Aubrey can't get it for the Otters. Through ball attempt. Went up and over traffic that time, and Roofer calls off a teammate, and Mari Roofer will handle things. The keeper here for Detroit Lakes. Ball out of play. Inside of 12 minutes to go here in this opening half. So the Otters with 3 shots, connected on 1. 3 saves for keeper Ava Thompson for Fergus Falls. The Otters come in at 1-1. 1 goal lost to Hillcrest. Hillcrest staying in Class A in Section 8. Ball out of play. And it will belong to the Otters. That's Tonneson that will, I believe, that'll throw it in over from the far side for Fergus Falls. Ella Sim with the right-footed approach and the strike out of play, and Mari Roofer, the keeper, will send it back in. It's Detroit Lakes, only match this week. They'll be off until a week from Thursday when they take on Alexandria. Again, the Otters, a Wednesday match, a rare Wednesday match against Brainerd. That'll be a 2-point match. I believe it's the only time they meet up with the Warriors over the course of the season. It was supposed to be Thursday, but talking with Coach Paul Hicks, kind of a scheduling issue, an event here in Fergus Falls on Thursday, so they were able to move things to Wednesday. You usually don't see a lot of Wednesday events. You'll see some maybe come tournament time, but try to keep Wednesday off for games and matches if possible. Here come the Otters back the other way as trying to get through traffic that time. Good work there by Edie Helgeson. Now a chance as Wohlers. Wohlers has it broken up and loosen out of play as Wohlers. Nice job. Had Aubrey Nelson with her. Is trying to set up a little two-person game there. Ball out of play, and be Wohlers to send it back in for the Otters. Lauk's got a piece of it. We'll find a teammate here near side who clears it out of play. Cleared out of play by Spindler, and Otters will try it again. Zender here from the near side. Inside of 10 minutes to go in the match here in the opening half. 1-0. Nelson trying to cross that time, but it was broken up. Loose trying to get to it. Zender, and does. Able to beat Callaway Newman to the ball for Detroit Lakes. Ball's broken up. After it, Emily Teesfeld there for Detroit Lakes. Ball back towards midfield, and the Otters will handle it. Delia Vigasaw, looks like Vigasaw over there, number 14. And tossed in by the Otters once more. Inside of 9.5 minutes to play in this opening half. 1-0 on the Aubrey Nelson goal for Fergus Falls. Ball coming through that time, but unable to chase it down. Looks like they tried to find Nelson near side, but pass did not connect, and Rufer comes away with it. Laux here near side for Detroit Lakes. Sends it along the near sideline as Kinsey Zender after it, and eventually sent out of play. Converging on her was Callaway Newman. Laux will toss it in here for Detroit Lakes. Headed out just outside the 18 is ball roughly about 25 yards out. Cleared out. Nelson trying to keep it in play. Left-footed strike here along the near sideline. Kind of trying to follow the ball to the near side. Eventually, the left-footed approach out of play by McDonald. Possession will go to Fergus Falls. Zender sends it along the near sideline. McDonald gets to it first and again clears it out of play. Well, he didn't allow Aubrey Nelson a chance to try and handle it and try to set something up into the 18. Tossed in. Wohlers there. Make it Nelson through traffic. Tries it cross. Into traffic. Now Wohlers. Wohlers had it broken up. Oh, looks she tried to go to the left foot on the strike. Nelson in deep, but cleared out by the Lakers. McDonald helping her keeper out. 7:45 to play in this first half. Otters lead 1-0. Contact there. Now handled by Fergus Falls and Avery Oren. Trying to center for Ellis Sim. Sent back in deep by the Otters, but again cleared out. McDonald didn't get a lot on that attempt to try and clear it out. Ball comes to the near side, eventually out of play. It's like Tonneson over there for Fergus Falls and sent back in by Detroit Lakes. So we approach 7 minutes to play in this first half. On the Park Region scoreboard, service beyond the connection, still a 1-0 lead for Fergus Falls. Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. We have our quality player of the game. That'll get to that at the end of our match, and our post-game report brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics, 1223 North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls, 998-4027. Otters send it back in from the far sideline. So we approach 6.5 minutes to play in this opening half. Otters on the offensive. Ball broken up. And possession back to the Lakers. Getting things set up there. Nice job to set things up was Krogsgaard. Krogsgaard after it. Can she get there? No. Sliding attempt. Sliding attempt, and Cedra Krogsgaard went up and over the keeper as they got tangled with one another. And I get a second look at that as a good rush and trying to see who got the worst of it. And it might have been Krogsgaard. And they are going to, well, actually, no, they're still kind of tangled up with one another as Thompson went after the ball. I don't know if it was a direct hit between the two, but it was enough as, well, Krogsgaard has gotten up he's limping a little bit here for Detroit Lakes. Meantime, the keeper, Ava Thompson, she might have taken the bulk of the contact as Krogsgaard is going to check out since she was limping a bit and still a little bit of a hitch as, well, if Thompson can't go here, this could be a huge loss as Grace Newleib is the backup keeper here for Fergus Falls. Tell you what, with the injury, let's take a pause here if we can. And see if we can take a pause here and have a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. So as they
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls and Grand Forks is your shopping stop for America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Whether you're towing, hauling, or just enjoying the open road, we have a truck for you. Half, 3/4, and 1 ton, there's a truck for every job. Stop and visit or shop any of our stores at NelsonAutoCenter.com. Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls and Grand Forks.
Shout loud. Cheer strong. Jump for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority. Lake Region Healthcare.
Good news there, as you can see, if you're watching the video feed, as Ava Thompson up to her feet. And she will check out. The one thing I was kind of wonder where she got hit. You know, concussion, you might have to do perhaps. She's moving around pretty good, hopefully. But you see contact like that, I have to do the concussion protocol, whatever the case may be. But she's walking around a little bit, up on her own power. I don't think that was it. It's kind of holding her right hip. But it looks like Grace Newleib will come in as the keeper here for Fergus Falls as we return to action after the injury timeout. Timeout presented by Lake Region Healthcare. Still 1-0 in favor of the Otters here as we're inside of 6 minutes to play. As back on the offensive comes Fergus Falls. All through traffic that time. Edie Helgeson for the Otters as battle along the far side. Over there is Katzenmeyer. Ball through along the far sideline. Ochoa over there for the Otters. Battle for it. Ochoa gets a piece of it as she and Callaway Newman after it. Now it stays in play. Here's Newman now for the Lakers, and the attempt goes wide, now to play. Good job there just to try and get something set up offensively. And it looks like Thompson back into the match, so that's good. Probably just needed a moment to kind of gather herself. So Newleib, nice job while she was in there. So Ava Thompson gets a nice hand as she returns into the match. As we are inside of 5 minutes to play. 36th minute here of this first half. Thompson trying to connect with Bella Rude, who's back into the match. Out of play and quickly tossed back in by Detroit Lakes and Laux. 1-0 Otters. Little spin move, but Rude, check that, Edie Helgeson after it, couldn't gain possession. Loose ball, Songstead cannot get to it. And tried to drop one over in the corner and see if Songstead could chase that down and get things set up from there. Substitution in for the Lakers. It's like Krogsgaard. She's been active in this first half, back into the match here for Detroit Lakes. Detroit Lakes got a pair of goals early in the first half, had a 2-0 lead Saturday at home against Heritage Christian, but fell 3-2, goal late, and I think it might have went off the hand of, inadvertently, of Krogsgaard, and Free kick opportunity here for the Otters. Katzenmeyer. The right-footed approach. Trying to get a piece of it and trying to handle it was Avery Oren. Nelson back for Oren. Has Bella Rude with her. Trying to find Rude now to play. Just enough by Aubrey Nelson to kind of help her teammate there where she just got a piece of it to kind of redirect that back to Oren. Oren after it, as is Rude for the Otters. Attempt to try and clear out. Not a lot on it as loose into the 18 that time, into the box. As Ella Sim got tangled up with the keeper Roofer. Roofer comes away with it. 3 minutes to play in the half, 1-0 Otters. Headed along, battled for the ball there is Zender, and coming free with it is Krosgaard. Krosgaard, left-footed strike, goes low, and the save made. I don't know if she was able to elevate that ball or not. You can kind of take a second look as she had some room, some space to cook that time, but went low. Here's another opportunity. No, offside is going to be the call here against Detroit Lakes. 2.5 to play in this first half. Still 1-0. Our halftime report coming up here, presented by Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Aubrey Nelson's goal. In the 26th minute of play, a little over 25.5 minutes into the first half. On the approach, ball to midfield. Juergens. Juergens had a goal Saturday against the Hillcrest Comets, broken up by the Lakers. Set back towards midfield, and finally possession to Addie Laux for Detroit Lakes. Broken up again, pass broken up by the Otters. Ball through midfield. Nice job to break that up by senior on defense Sierra Ochoa. Juergens tries to send that along, but cleared out by Detroit Lakes. Nearly 90 seconds, 1:35 to play in this first half. Otters with possession. Rude cannot get to that ball. She kind of got twisted and turned around trying to, should have had to play it with her kind of back to the goal. Not a lot of room to maneuver. Laux couldn't handle it. Ball along the near side as Addie Laux with it for the Lakers. Ball broken up. Aubrey Nelson got a piece of it. On the attempt from Spindler, and Spindler will bring it back in for Detroit Lakes. Minute to play here in this first half. Otters tried to clear it. Laux after it. It's a race for the ball as finally cleared out by Katzenmeyer, but it'll allow Laux to throw it in. And maybe a scoring opportunity loose in front, and pass just missed and connecting, and finally Ava Thompson able to come away with it. Well, they got that throw in deep, but ball broken up. Nice job to stop that ball, Krosgaard, and the attempt come on one bounce. Able to kind of stop that, almost stop it with her foot, gain possession, and get an offensive opportunity. 15 seconds to play in this first half. Ball through center. Nelson trying to chase it down. Aubrey does for the Otters as the final seconds tick away. 5 seconds to play, and that will pretty much put this first half to bed, and the Otters will take the lead into the halftime break. So Aubrey Nelson's goal, nearly 26 minutes in the first half, the only scoring of the first half of play. 4 saves for Ava Thompson. So 4 shots on the keeper for Detroit Lakes, 3 for Fergus Falls, and a couple of saves in the first 40 minutes for Mari Roofer. So on the Park Region scoreboard, service beyond the connection. There you see the score at the halftime break. It's 1-0 Fergus Falls over Detroit Lakes, as we will get to our halftime report. And our halftime report presented to you by Minnesota Motor Company in just a moment here on the KBRF YouTube page, the Fergus Now app, and channel 977.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
As a customer, you can expect award-winning sales and service, body shop, express lube, Boss snowplows and accessories, and auto glass installation and repair.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
There you see our halftime score. It is 1-0 in favor of the Otters. It is our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. 1-0 your score. Hey, there we are back at Otter Stadium in Fergus Falls, and really a good first half. Detroit Lakes came out early on, and right in the opening minute of play, got a good quality scoring chance and tested Otters keeper Ava Thompson very early on. Came up with an early save, one of 4 she made in the first half of play, and you can kind of see the Otters kind of slowly take control, kind of control the pace of play a little bit, and kind of the ebbs and flows. And Detroit Lakes did a good job on some opportunities to try and set up some offensive opportunities, try to get some through balls going, trying to get the transition game going, kind of, trying to get a turnover or break a ball up at midfield and try to come back that way, and certainly had a couple of quality opportunities. And the Otters hit on one of theirs as that came in the 26th minute, 25-36 into the first half, as Aubrey Nelson getting her 4th goal of the season. And that is the lone goal of the first half of play. So 1-0 your score. As far as saves in the opening 40 minutes, there you see for Fergus Falls, 4 saves. So 4 shots on goal, 4 saves for Ava Thompson. She was shaken up earlier and missed probably about a minute and a half, 2 minutes or so as Grace Newlibe came in. But Thompson got tangled up with Sadra Crowsguard, and they got tangled up as trying to come up on a ball was Thompson, and not probably a direct hit on the collision, but they were shaken up. Crowsguard popped up first, and Thompson got shaken up and then did come off the field, was out of the match for probably about a minute and a half, 2 minutes or so, and Newlibe came in and Thompson came back in with a little over 5 minutes to play in the first half and did finish the first half of play. 1-0 in favor of the Otters as they look to get back over 500. They're 1-1 of the season. We'll continue with more of our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. Minnesota Motor Company, South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls. More coming up after this.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
As a customer, you can expect award-winning sales and service, body shop, express lube, Boss snowplows and accessories, and auto glass installation and repair.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Shout loud. Cheer strong. Jump for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority. Lake Region Healthcare.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Back here at Otters Stadium, Brad Anderson here on Channel 977, the Fergus Now app. It is a great way to listen to all of the Layton Media family of stations, whether it be Z103 or Newstalk 1250 KBRF or KJ Country 96.5 or here on Channel 977. It's a great way to tune in, of course, on the KBRF radio YouTube page and via Channel 977 over the radio airwaves as well. It's our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. Fergus Falls with a 1-0 lead. As the Otters with that 1-0 lead, just look at some of the other activities going on here with Otter sports. They had some tennis going on today. Of course, the football team gets underway on Friday, but with Otter athletics coming up here this week as girls soccer team tomorrow at Brainerd, 6 o'clock. Tennis will have a varsity quadrangular starting at 8:30 as they'll welcome Perham, Roseau, and East Grand Forks Thursday morning and into the afternoon. Boys' varsity soccer team will host Brainerd here at Otter Stadium, 6 o'clock Thursday. And swimming and diving will welcome Detroit Lakes to the Fergus Falls High School pool. That'll be on Thursday evening as well. Volleyball team will be at Becker on Thursday night. And the Otter football team in action their season opener. They'll welcome the Wilmer Cardinals here, 7 o'clock. And you're able to check that out here on the KBRF YouTube page as well, and also on Channel 977. That'll do it for our halftime report. It is presented to you by Minnesota Motor Company. Minnesota Motor Company on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. As it is a 1-0 lead. Otters hold the lead. We'll get to the second half of play in just a moment.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
As a customer, you can expect award-winning sales and service, body shop, express lube, Boss snowplows and accessories, and auto glass installation and repair.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls and Grand Forks is your shopping stop for America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Whether you're towing, hauling, or just enjoying the open road, we have a truck for you. Half, 3/4, and 1 ton. There's a truck for every job. Stop and visit or shop any of our stores at NelsonAutoCenter.com. Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls and Grand Forks.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Get ready for the second half. Otter Soccer brought to you by Minnesota Motor Company, by OSPTI, and a number of other great folks making our broadcasts. I guess telecasts now with that as well. Kind of a combo these days. Simulcast, if you will. However you want to watch or listen, we're glad you're with us tonight here on Channel 977 as LSM will bring the second half underway. And Fergus Falls with that 1-0 lead is ball out of play, is trying to send that ball in deep as back comes Detroit Lakes. They have yet to get a goal in the second half in their first 2 games of the season. Small sample size, of course, but cleared out as Krogsgaard back there as, well, he cleared out a play and sent out a play by the Otters, but Krogsgaard getting things started there as Songstead, about 25 yards out, will toss that back in. Broken up as Jurgens sends it back to midfield. Comes back to Helgeson. It's out there for the Otters on defense. Sierra Ochoa. Kinsey Zender also there as well. The Otters will bring play back in. With the 42nd minute of play, a little over a minute into the second half, Aubrey Nelson's goal. The 26th minute of play is the only tally of the game to this point. 1-0 lead to the Otters. As they will, I think the official was ready to bring play back in, so Otters will do the honors once more. Zender brings it back into play. The approach there by Katzenmeyer with the strike, but returned back by Detroit Lakes, not a play. And able to chase it down for Detroit Lakes was Krogsgaard. Toss back in. Broken up there by Fergus Falls. Krogsgaard. Broken up again. That's cleared out by Zender. Does stay in play as Ashlyn Wolders over there for the Otters, and ball out of play. The substitution looks like will be coming in for Fergus Falls at our next stoppage. Otters gets started on the attack as Olivia Jurgens. That pass broken up. Jurgens with the strike and just wide. We're going to approach from just outside. She was maybe 20 to 25 out. Basically coming across the pitch that time and just wide of the goal. Didn't have a great angle, but still the opportunity just to make that as close as it was. As Avery Tonneson will check out for the Otters. Avery Oren in. Aubrey Nelson also in the match. Was the lone goal of the game for Fergus Falls. Ball out of play, and Otters will send it back in. Avery Oren. Ball broken up. Nice job, Emily Teesveld. Ball goes through center. Race for the ball is back to chase it down for Fergus Falls. Katzenmeyer just cleared that out of play. Almost like she kind of gave up on that a little bit, maybe to have a chance to control that and maybe kind of swing things back the other way. Instead, thrown in. Attempt was blocked, loose, and trying to head it and keep it in play. Kind of goal line extended was Addie Laux for Detroit Lakes. And a loose ball there as they'll clear one out. And Ava Thompson do the honors here for, actually it looks like that's Newleib. Newleib, that's the keeper now and in the net for Fergus Falls. So Thompson who did finish the half. Newlibe will come up with a save on that one. So Thompson got shaken up, and I kind of see her on the bench. It's like she's got a bag of ice, and she's kind of holding it on her right hip. So we'll go back to that previous opportunity there for Detroit Lakes, but yeah, it looks like it's the right hip that might be bugging her a little bit. So Newlibe in here in the second half for the Otters, and she will try and preserve the lead at this point. Nearly 5 minutes into the second half, and Fergus Falls with a 1-0 lead on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region, service beyond the connection. Here come the Lakers, ball through center. Getting a piece of it was Ochoa. Now the near side, Aubrey Nelson lets that go, and it's finally handled there by Haley Spinder. Sends it back in. Otters to play it, comes to Ochoa's, letting it go through as Tonneson out of play, and Lakers will throw it back in. Through ball and opportunity. Krogsgaard with a strike and in to tie it. So able to throw that in as Sadra Krogsgaard evens the match at 1 apiece. You can see that opportunity, able to strike and score. That'll come at the 45-24 mark of the match. 34-36 to go in the half. As the goal to Sadra Krogsgaard, the sophomore, and that evens things at 1 apiece. So 1-1. Momentum back here to Detroit Lakes as Avery Orrin for the Otters with the ball taken back by Detroit Lakes, and here come the Lakers. Basically, the ball thrown back into play, and it kind of being almost a through ball opportunity there for Krogsgaard. Ball out of play, and Otters will throw it in from there. So 1-1 here in the match, 6 minutes into the second half, as 34 minutes to go in the match. So the 46th minute of the match and early in the second half. Krogsgaard picks up the goal to be the equalizer here for the Lakers. Lakers come in at 0-2. It's their third goal of the season. And the Otters bring play back in front of their own sideline. All broken up. Deflected there on the attempt. Avery Orrin got a piece of it. Callaway Newman at the logo. Ball comes through, and it'll be handled there by Newlibe. So Newlibe in for Ava Thompson. Thompson looked like might be a right hip injury. Was shaken up. A collision with Krogsgaard late in the first half. She did come back in with about 5.5 minutes to go and finish the first half, but is not out here for the second half and might be a scratch the rest of the night. Can Laux chase it down? She cannot. Along the near side. Good idea. Through ball attempt, but Newlibe will bring it back in here. Actually, no, she'll have Tonneson do the honors. The left-footed approach. Comes low. Ochoa tries to handle it. Ball comes along the near sideline and out of play as Addie Laux. Sierra Ochoa as ball thrown in by Laux into the box, and Newlibe cannot handle it. Loose and handled there by Detroit Lakes. Broken up, cleared back out by the Otters as nice job to get free. Ashlyn Wolders with a full head of steam, able to get that ball back to midfield. So that's speed and able to gain possession. Didn't quite flip the field, but certainly got things kind of out of a trouble spot here for the Otters. They'll throw it back in. A little under 32 minutes to play here in this match. And the ball sent out of play, but really advantage here in the second half. Certainly has gone to Detroit Lakes. They've certainly controlled play. Otters a little bit on the defensive. Sent back into the box, but pass did not connect and out of play. And Newlibe will bring it back in here for the Otters. Substitutions in for Fergus Falls as it's like Olivia Juergens is out of the match. Ball comes to their side and out of play. It's like Ella Sim, I believe, is in here for the Otters. There's an opportunity. Laux trying to handle it as couldn't get a clean strike on that ball as she got 1 foot on it, then was broken up by Ochoa, but corner coming here for Detroit Lakes. Hayden Laux will do the honors. Here's the approach. Broken up and cleared out that time by Fergus Falls. Nice job to break that up. Avery Tonneson sent back in. Avery Oren clears it out of the 18. Headed there by the Otters. It's headed there. Looks like Ella. So you can see if that's Dirkman or not that's in there for Fergus Falls. Back in for the Otters is Edie Helgeson. Ball comes along the near side here for Fergus Falls. They tried to find Ella Sim. Ball's broken up. She goes down. And then the ball out of play. But now the Otters getting things on their end of the pitch. Play brought back in by Detroit Lakes. Otters will send it through with Zender. Ball comes here near side. Trying to handle it was Tonneson. Tonneson near side. About 25 yards out at the numbers at the near side. Nice job to break that up. Good work there by Laux for Detroit Lakes. That was Hayden Laux, the younger of the Laux sisters. Addison's a senior. Hayden is a junior. From the sidelines, brought back in by Detroit Lakes. Under 29.5 minutes to play. 1-1 your score on the Park Region scoreboard. Service beyond the connection. Turnover. Nelson. Aubrey Nelson on a cross. In and broken up. Tried to find Ella Sim, but it was broken up. And Nelson did a good job to take that ball away. Gained possession on the cross for Sim, but couldn't get a shot off as the Lakers did a nice job to break that up defensively as the ball goes out of play. And the Otters will bring it back in from midfield. Krosgaard got a piece of that there for Detroit Lakes and sent back in again. Krosgaard, nice job. Said we're able to break that ball up. Ball comes through center. Cleared out by Detroit Lakes, loose ball, and again it'll be Kinsey Zender. Just clear that ball out of play. Seen with the Otters on defense and just able to get to that ball and just clear it out and allow Detroit Lakes to bring play back in, and they'll do it just, looks like, just outside of the 18 from the far sideline. Ball back into play, left-footed strike, connects. Schlotterhoff now back out. The approach is blocked. Nice job to block that. Well done there by Avery Oren. Ball comes near side. Laux. For Addie Laux, sends it towards the keeper, and Grace Newleib comes away with it there. There's that ball out of play as you get a second look at that. We approach 27.5 minutes to play here in regulation. 1-1 tie with the Otters and Lakers. Ball through, there's a chance as Schlotterhoff cannot get to the ball in time as Newleib, a nice job to get to it first. Schlotterhoff would have had a chance. A clean opportunity on the keeper, but Newleib able to beat her to the ball. Battle for it as ball taken away there by Detroit Lakes. Laux, that's broken up and out of play. Broken up by the Otters and Tonneson. Well, substitutions as Songstad is out for Detroit Lakes. Substitution in for the Lakers might be Mackenzie Clem. Get a little clearer look. I think it's Clements. It was thrown back in by Chloe Jorgensen for Detroit Lakes. Addie Laux trying to weave her way through Otter defenders. Ball is broken up. Nice job to get to it. Hella Dirkman. He was the one that broke that ball up. Ball comes through, and Newleib comes out of the cage and will bring it back into play. Ball through center. Header by Addison Laux. Headed back by the Otters. Cleared out by Detroit Lakes. Schlotterhoff trying to locate it. Trying to push that ball into the 18. Tried to find Laux and out of play. But Schlotterhoff able to locate it. Able to just kind of push it. Kind of push it with her chest forward. Helgeson checks out as it'll be Olivia Juergens back into the match for the Otters. Hayden Laux will check out as Presley Barker, number 11, freshman midfielder, sends it back in. Able to throw that back in as whistle. I don't know if there was maybe hand contact perhaps, but on that throw, Barker, and they will allow Detroit Lakes to throw that in again, roughly about 15 to 18 yards out. That one in. Otters clear it out, and they'll come back the other way. It's handling things Zender. Ball broken up. Actually, check that. That was Katzenmeyer. Katzenmeyer trying to clear that ball out, but broken up by the Otters. Zender fires it back in from the near sideline, and out of play. 25 minutes to play in the first half. Or the second half, excuse me, left in this match. Fergus Falls and Detroit Lakes are even at 1 on the Park Region scoreboard. Service beyond the connection as we'll have our player of the match presented to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Ball comes near side. Otters trying to get things going on the offensive. Aubrey Nelson after it, and Walson out of play, and the Otters. Avery Tonneson. Tonneson tosses that one back in, trying to find Aubrey Nelson. Left-footed strike. Nelson gets it on goal. The save made there by Mari Rufer. Kind of looked like a harmless play, but it's an opportunity there. It's kind of like hockey. Put it on goal. You never know what's going to happen. Sam, and to drop that just to the edge of the box of the 18, but handled there by Detroit Lakes, and back come the Lakers. Along the far side, it's sent out of play. Under 24 minutes to play. Here in regulation, it's a 1-1 time. Teesfeld out for Detroit Lakes as, let's see if that is, I think Maddie Reese is back into the match here for the Lakers. Number 16, 9th grader. Ball out. And the strike there by Tonneson. The ball rolls over to the corner and will go out of play. And we have a Laker down to a knee at the 25-yard line. And she is up to her feet. Might be Maddie Reese, who limping a little bit as she just gotten into the match a moment ago. And we'll see if, like I say, I think they're going to have her come out. Didn't see what exactly happened if she kind of got into traffic, and she's a little bit of a hitch as she is off on her own power. Play resumes as keeper Rufer brings the ball back into play, and offside's going to be the call with 22, nearly 22 and a half minutes to play here in the second half. 1-1 time. It was 1-1 at halftime. Detroit Lakes tied it. Nearly 5.5 minutes into the second half after a throw-in. Sadra Krosgaard with the goal to equalize this one, 1-1. Race for the ball as Ochoa gets there, but it's handled by Presley Barker. She attempted to try and put it on goal. Stumbled, might have been a little bit off balance, but couldn't get the kickoff and couldn't get the strike attempt, and stumbled and went down as Otters will get possession back with Avery Tonneson. Avery Oren checks out. Edie Helgeson, the freshman, is back into the match. She has a goal. It's very active in that win over Melrose. Had a goal and an assist. Ball tossed back in, intended for Helgeson. Broken up, headed there by Teesfeld. Sent into the 18. Schlotterhoff after it. Schlotterhoff with a strike attempt, but it's blocked. And that will, well, stay in play. Otters trying to maintain possession. Ball goes off the shoulder of Juergens. Loose ball. Headed there is battling for that loose ball. Looks like Ashlyn Wolders for the Otters. And it is Wolders battling for it. There's a strike attempt and just high and wide. Eventually somebody for Detroit Lakes is trying to gain possession and trying to put it on the keeper and went high and just above the crossbar. So Newline, goalkeeper for the Otters, in for Ava Thompson in the second half. Thompson shaken up late in the first half. Might have been, she had some ice on her right hip over on the bench, so I don't know if that's the extent of the injury, but we're going with that until we're instructed otherwise. Ball loose. Ochoa taken away there by Detroit Lakes. Presley Barker and Ochoa able to recover and knock that ball free to the corner and out of play. So kind of mishandled for Ochoa. Barker tried to send it back the other way, but Ochoa recovered well. All thrown in and cleared out of play, and I think offside. He is whistled there, and possession will head back to the Otters. Inside of 20 minutes to play. Otters 1, Lakers 1 on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region service beyond the connection. Zender brings play back in for the Otters. Ball does connect, but taken again. Turnover there. Teesfeld forcing the turnover there. Sends it towards the keeper, but Newline scoops it up. Pops that one back into play as back come the Otters again. Pass trying to connect. Through ball through center. Good work again there by Addie Laux. Schlotterhoff has an opportunity. There's the strike and the save. Schlotterhoff on the run, just outside the box, maybe about 20 to 25 out. And will make the save on that one. Second glance on that one of the instant replay. Under 19 minutes to play. Tied at 1 on the Park Region scoreboard as substitution back in for the Lakers as Otters ready to bring the ball back into play. From the near side. Has to not connect, but it was batted away. Juergens sends that one deep along the near sideline. Nelson. Aubrey looking to control, returns it back for Juergens. Now Nelson, just outside the 18 along the near sideline. Works her way into the box. On a cross, and did not connect, and out of play. Right, that cross had a teammate that just couldn't get separated from the Lakers defender on the cross and out of play. Good work there by Aubrey Nelson to gain possession. Basically set up an offensive opportunity. Goalkeeper Roofer returns play back in. It's broken up again there by Aubrey Nelson once more. Anticipated well and deflected that ball out of play. Lakers bring it back in. Throw in from the near side. Blocked again by the Otters and out of play, but they'll toss it back in once more. Thrown in by Chloe Jorgensen. Trying to find Presley Barker. It's handled there by the Otters. Olivia Juergens. Broken up there by Barker. It's a loose ball. Can Schlotterhoff get to it? Schlotterhoff trying to handle it, but it is eventually broken up. Getting a piece of it, breaking it up with Zender. Let goalkeeper Newline handle things there for the Otters. 17-15 to play in the second half, and we are even up at 1. Central Lakes Conference and Section 8 AA matchup. Minnesota High School girls soccer. Claire McDonald over there, but the Otters trying to gain possession along the near sideline. McDonald back for Detroit Lakes. Attempt blocked as it will be sent over to the corner. The Otters will send it in from the far corner. Each team has had just one corner kick tonight. None here in the second half. Presley Barker checks out. Did a nice job while she was in there, active for Detroit Lakes. From the corner on the cross attempt, and that one did not connect. Actually out of play behind the net as Roofer, the keeper, will bring it back in for Detroit Lakes. Lakers come in at 0-2. Their only match of the week. Otters will head to Brainerd tomorrow, 6 o'clock. 2-point match in conference play. Ball loose, and Roofer able to pounce on that loose ball. As she came out, fair ways, probably 5 to 10 yards out. Chase down that loose ball. Krog's guard couldn't get to it. Ball rolls out of play, and Otters will bring it back in as sent in there by Zender. Addie Laux battles for that ball and eventually gains possession. Tries to send a pass along and out of play. Otters will send it back in. 15-27. And rolling here in the second half of play. We remain in a 1-1 deadlock. Ball loose. Has some contact there. Here comes Krogsgaard. Krogsgaard's pass Schlotterhoff, broken up by the Otters. Sent deep, Schlotterhoff after it and trying to chase it down. Getting there first will be Katzenmeyer for the Otters and clears that one out of play. Tried that through ball to try and see if they can get Schlotterhoff in space. She had one shot attempt earlier, but they've tried that multiple times and connected once. Loose ball as Otters back with possession. All along the far sideline, trying to keep it in play was Zender. Now over there for the Otters, battling for it is Ashlyn Wolders. Ball eventually chased down, and Zender sends that one out of play once more. 14:20 to go, and quickly returned back in, tossed in by Detroit Lakes. 1-1 tie. And that attempt goes just wide, just outside the 18. As that attempt on the strike from Addie Laux missed the goal. But again, we've seen Detroit Lakes be, I think, much more aggressive, and they probably, again, they've done a good job. Transition game at times has been there where they've been able to try and get turnovers and kind of gradually corner opportunity coming here. Second corner kick for Detroit Lakes. Loose into the box. Otters trying to clear it out. Ball is loose. Still loose as finally cleared out there for Detroit Lakes was Hadley Songstead, but couldn't get a shot off. And to throw it in will be Chloe Jorgensen. On the near side, just kind of outside the 18. Popped out of there by the Otters and Tonneson. On the header attempt was Wohlers. Ashlyn Wolders after it for Fergus Falls as we're approaching 13 minutes to play here in the match. It's a 1-1 tie. Detroit Lakes going to come back on the offensive. Pass did not connect from Teesfeld. Ball just outside the box, but possession again to the Lakers. Songstead cannot chase it down. They tried to get that ball through the defense for Tongstead, but couldn't chase that one down as substitution in for Fergus Falls. A couple of substitutions in as in for the Otters, Ella Dirkman. Another appearance here in the second half. She will work on defense here for Fergus Falls. Brought back in by the goalkeeper, Newlod. They tried to find Dirkman right away. Dirkman will bring it back in from the near sideline. Ball comes through. Back to midfield and on the approach. Kicked out of bounds by the Lakers. Dirkman. Pass getting a piece of it was Helgeson. Could maintain possession. Ball on a through ball. Did not connect. And snatched away there by Roofer. We're under 12 minutes to play in the match. 11:45 and counting. Glad you're with us here in Channel 977. Fergus Now app and also on the KBRF Radio YouTube page. Watch and listen. You can follow along here with the action. 1-1. Ball back to midfield. Ball comes through into the box, and some traffic. Left-footed approach, and high and wide. That one went up and over the crossbar and hit the football crossbar on that through ball attempt. And out of play. Lakers bring play back in, and has to not connect. It was broken up by the Otters, and yes, will be thrown in from midfield again by the Lakers. Again, their lone goal came on a throw-in, trying to find Krogsgaard, but broken up, taken back by Fergus Falls. Pass trying to find Jurgens, couldn't get to it. It was broken up by Claire McDonald for the Lakers. 10.5 to play here in the match. Schlotterhoff, pass broken up. Schlotterhoff taken off the play, but the Lakers maintain possession. Laux trying to send it along. But Zender gets to it for the Otters. Like Zender's kind of gingerly running around a little bit there on defense for the Otters. And she's not at 100%, it seems like. Not moving the best as the ball rolling along the far sidelines and out of plays. We are 10 minutes right now in the match, even at 1. Teesfeld out of the match, as is Schlotterhoff for the Lakers. Detroit Lakes 1 and the Otters 1 here in this one of the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region service beyond the connection. Aubrey Nelson is the Fergus Falls goal that came in the first half. Cedric Krogsgaard tied it up about 5.5 minutes into the second half of play. As we have right now a 1-1 deadlock. Along the far side, left-footed approach by McDonald. Pass goes along the far sideline. Back to midfield. Nice job to send that one in deep. Ella Dirkman. Ball is loose. Still loose. Goalkeeper out of position, but gets back into play as the Otters unable to get a shot off. They recovered well defensively. There's an opportunity there as Helgeson battles for the ball for the Otters. Left-footed approach by Jurgens into the box and loose. Goalkeeper Rufer tried to scoop it up and couldn't, but the ball rolled out of play. So the Otters putting some offensive pressure on here in the final minutes. Down to 8:45 to go here in the match. And Fergus Falls will throw it back in once more. 1-1 tie. Ball along the near side. It's over there for the Otters. Looks like Belarud, number 21 in there. Saw a fair amount of minutes in the first half. Ochoa gets a piece of it. On the strike was Dirkman. Ball loose, but you can see a little more of a sense of urgency here, a little more aggressive play on the offensive end by the Otters as ball out of play from the far corner as Otters will get a chance, I believe, for chance on the corner. I believe it's going to be Rude that'll do the honors. There's the cross and headed out nicely by the Lakers. 7:42 remaining here in the second half. 1-1. Even up here with the Lakers and the Otters. High school girls soccer on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region service beyond the connection. Otters soccer presented to you by Running Stitches Embroidery. They are the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. 7:15 to play here in the second half. 1-1 deadlock. First of two meetings. They'll meet again in Detroit Lakes in about a month. September the 29th. Ball comes through. Handled there by the Otters. Like Tonneson there. All broken up. Jurgens has it taken away. Ball comes free. Nice job there to break that up. Good work there by Maddie Reese for Detroit Lakes. Really did a nice job there to break up the ball a couple of different times. Ball's taken away from Ella Dirkman, but out of play. Nice job to get in there and knock it free was Songstead. Dirkman throws it back in. Handle there, Krogsgaard for Detroit Lakes. Now the Otters with Oren. Long strike and a couple of bounces to Rufer. So Rufer comes away with it as we approach 6 minutes to go here in the match. Still 1-1. Play brought back in. Edie Helgeson battles with the ball here on the near side. I do a little fancy footwork, but broken up there as Krogsgaard kind of had her pinned here to the sideline. It's Helgeson waits for it as a footed strike from Tonneson was blocked out of play. So Tonneson will get a chance to throw the ball back in. Ball sent in and eventually cleared out as Helgeson there. Looks like that's Tonneson or Oren there as well for the Otters. Ball sent back in as the ball through traffic by Avery Oren. And getting to the ball and handling it well there was Rufer. Let's take a second look at that one. 1-1 time. We approach 5 minutes to go here in this match, and boy, it's turned into a clear and calm and just a beautiful late summer night here at Otter Stadium in Fergus Falls. Good match between these teams who seem to be fairly evenly matched. Otters with Helgeson. Ball comes through, a race for the ball, trying to hustle after it for the Otters. It's like Tonneson and out of play. Tonneson or Oren back there, and they'll be thrown in by the Otters as Dirkman will send it in as Jurgens will check out of the match here, the senior for the Otters. Ball back into play, trying to find Tonneson. Back to Dirkman. Dirkman battles for it along the near sideline, eventually out of play, and they stop to pin her to the sideline. Possession will come back here to Detroit Lakes. Cleared out by Ochoa, but they'll toss it in again. Songstad to do the Otters here for Detroit Lakes, and wholesale substitutions in for the Lakers. Songstad will check out as Schlotteroff is back in. Hayden Lauk will check in for the Lakers as we are a little over 4 minutes to go. 4:03 to play here in the second half. Still tied at 1. The throw in and a chance, maybe a chance for Krogsgaard. Krogsgaard trying to drop it off. And ball is loose, is unable to cleanly come up with a save. Was Newlie, but out of play. Trying to find Laux on that one, and Newlie couldn't freeze it to stop play, and it will allow a corner opportunity here for the Lakers, their third corner of the match. Ball broken up and cleared out by the Otters. 3:25 to play. Meantime, Detroit Lakes trying to start things up again, and meantime handled there by Helgeson for the Otters. Comes near side, and a hug that near sideline, but keeping it in play, Emily Teesfeld. Ball about 30 to 35 yards out. Ball through center. Helgeson for the Otters again, able to work her way around one defender, comes along the near sideline. Pass connects. Tonneson with the left-footed strike, and the save made. Able to get enough room with the left-footed strike, and the save made. Under 3 minutes to play in the match. Still even up at 1 apiece here on the Park Region scoreboard. A whistle and I believe a foul assessed. Either a foul or offside. Yep, must have been a foul. So free kick opportunity here is possession back to the Lakers. Good job to get a piece of that one on the attempt back in. Dirkman will get a piece of that for the Otters. Pass did not connect and out of play. Otters will throw it back in. 2 minutes right now in the match. And a 1-1 deadlock. Ball blocked. Battle for it along the far side and out of play. Over there was Zender once more for the Otters, but possession back to Detroit Lakes. Pass in for Krogsgaard, couldn't handle it cleanly. Broken up by the Otters on defense. Toss back in again. Zender gets a piece of it. Schlotterhoff and scores! Again, their second goal, basically off a throw-in. I believe it'll go to Lydia Schlotterhoff to give Detroit Lakes a 2-1 edge. So that goal comes with a minute and a half to go. So in the 79th minute of play, 78-30 if you want to get real technical. I believe it'll go to the 7th grader Schlotterhoff. That'll even things up. 2-1 your score. Detroit Lakes takes the lead here late. See if the Otters can put a little late pressure on here, a little bit of sense of urgency. Shot attempt blocked. Comes back towards the middle of the pitch and finally controlled by Laux. Trying to send it along the near side and out of play, but able to send that one along and force a little longer throw in. That time by the Otters.
1 minute.
Dirkman throwing it in, and now they'll hustle once more. So, junior Dirkman quickly tosses it back in. Pass broken up. Dirkman got a piece of it, but out of play, and it will quickly go back to Laux and Detroit Lakes. 40 seconds to play, so the goal coming with 90 seconds left is a long feed off the throw-in. Laux, Addie Laux, sends it on goal. It is scooped up there by goalkeeper Newline. Newline sends that one in deep. 20 seconds to go. Ball at midfield. Cleared out by the Lakers. Laux is trying to handle it. And the left-footed approach. Final seconds tick away as Laux again trying to keep possession. Hayden Laux will. Down to 2, down to 1, and the win will go to the Lakers. 2-1 your final. So Detroit Lakes picks up their first win of the season. And after giving up a 2-goal lead on Saturday, they come back from a 1-goal deficit and win it. 2-1 was the final. As Lydia Schlotterhoff with the game-winning goal. With about 90 seconds to play in the match. Both their goals basically coming in off of throws. As they tied it early in the half. Sadra Krogsgaard with a goal to tie it. And the 7th grader Schlotterhoff with the approach and the winner. And that gives Detroit Lakes their first win of the year. The Lakers are now 1-2. They are 1-1 against section opponents. They get 1 point in a win towards the Central Lakes Conference standings. The Otters fall to 1-2 as they are 0-1 now in conference play. And quick turnaround tomorrow. They'll have a 2-point match at Brainerd. So at Brainerd tomorrow will be the Otters, 6 o'clock. And next up for Detroit Lakes, they'll be off here for a little over a week. They'll be next up on next Thursday against Alexandria. So stay tuned. Our post-game report coming up next. We'll have our Quality Toyota Player of the Game and much more. The Park Region scoreboard, the win to Detroit Lakes tonight. Final score, Lakers 2 and the Otters 1. We're back with our post-game report after this.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Shout loud. Cheer strong. Jump for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority. Lake Region Healthcare.
What's your number?
I drove 113 miles.
And I drove 124 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
As a customer, you can expect award-winning sales and service, body shop, express lube, Boss snowplows and accessories, and auto glass installation and repair.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
As we return to Otters Stadium, it is a 4-3 or a 2-1 final. As we get into our post-game report, we'll have our Quality Toyota Player of the Game coming up here in just a matter of moments. As, boy, tight one right down to the end of the match. As down 1-0, 1-0 going into the second half. A goal early and a goal late got it done here for the Detroit Lakes Lakers for their first win of the year as they move to 1-2 and pick up a conference and a section win here this evening. The lone Otter goal, fourth of the year for Aubrey Nelson, came the 26th minute of the first half, 25-36, as the Aubrey Nelson goal made it a 1-0 Fergus Falls lead. Detroit Lakes tied it nearly 5.5 minutes into the second half. In the 46th minute, it was Sadra Krosgaard, after and off a throw-in from the near side, able to score as she beat the Otter goalkeeper to tie things up at one apiece, as she got the game-tying goal, beating goalkeeper Grace Newleib. Newleib in for the second half, in for Ava Thompson, who was injured late in the first half. Did finish the first half after being shaken up, but did not play the second half, and did see she had ice on her hip, looked like on her right hip, and did not play in the second half. But Newleib finished things up as she had 5 saves in the second half, 7 shots on goal altogether for Detroit Lakes. They had 11 shots, 9 saves, 4 for Thompson, 5 for Newleib here this evening for the Fergus Falls goalkeepers. And then the goal late with about a minute and a half to play in the 79th minute. It was Lydia Schlotterhoff, the 7th grader, again off a throw-in, able to gather it in and score to make it a 2-1 game. And the Otters, in a hurried attempt, really didn't, I don't believe, maybe one scoring chance, just very brief scoring chance late. And that was it. As 2-1 your final score is Krogsgaard and Schlotterhoff the goal. Schlotterhoff the game winner in the 79th minute with about a minute and a half to play, giving Detroit Lakes the victory. 6 shots on goal, 3 in each half for the Otters, so 5 saves for sophomore goalkeeper Mari Rufer. 9 shots, well, actually 11 shots for Detroit Lakes, 4 saves for Ava Thompson of the first half, and Grace Newleib, the junior goalkeeper, had 5 saves, facing 7 shots in the match here this evening. Each team had 3 corner kicks as Lakers win it 2-1. Otters back in action tomorrow at Brainerd, and Detroit Lakes off through the Labor Day holiday and back in action next week against Alexandria. As we'll continue with more of our post-game report after this.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Shout loud. Cheer strong. Jump for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority. Lake Region Healthcare. Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you
where to eat.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
There you see the final. Detroit Lakes with a late goal. About 90 seconds to go in the match, and the Schlotterhoff goal and a 2-1 victory as we continue on in our post-game reports. So the Otters will try and regroup. A couple of one-goal losses as losses to neighboring rivals, to Hillcrest on Saturday, 3-2, and a 2-1 loss here. And maybe a little bit of boost here for the Lakers, as really did a nice job in the second half. They were certainly aggressive. Really did a nice job kind of tilting things to their end of the pitch in the second half, and certainly I think probably controlled play and controlled the pace of play much more in the second half. We'll wrap things up here with our Player of the Game presented by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics in just a moment.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe, with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
As we put a bow here in our post-game report, it's a 2-1 win for Detroit Lakes over the Otters tonight in high school girls soccer as we get to our Quality Toyota Player of the Game presented by the great folks at Quality Toyota in Fergus Falls along with Lake Country Graphics. Lake Country Graphics, your apparel source for personalized printed or embroidered clothing and accessories. Go to yourapparelsource.com/Lake Country Graphics. Lake Country Graphics at 1223 North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls, 998-4027. That's 998-4027. Well, for the Otters tonight, and Aubrey Nelson, the junior, has been one of the offensive leaders here early on for the Fergus Falls Otters in the early season, and she started the scoring the 26th minute with a goal and really did a nice job, set up another scoring opportunity, getting a ball off a turnover in the second half and setting up probably one of the better scoring chances for Fergus Falls in the second half as well. Junior forward Aubrey Nelson is our Quality Toyota Player of the Game, presented to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Well, what's to come here later in the week on our family of stations? I know football on Thursday. I will have football for you. It'll be just audio only on Thursday. It'll be Ashby, Brandon, Evansville, and Henning to take on Ottertail Central. That'll be on KJ Country 96.5. That'll be just audio only for that. And also football coming up on Friday. The Otters will host Wilmer. Mark Johnson will have that for you right here on Channel 977, the Fergus Now app, and also on 97.7 FM and on the video stream as well, the KBRF radio YouTube page. That'll be a 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff for that matchup. So football Thursday, KJ Country 96.5 with OTC and Ashby, Brandon, Evansville. And then Friday night, it'll be the Otters hosting the Wilmer Cardinals. For Dave Bishop and Jack here on site, I'm Brad Anderson. Your final score one more time on the Park Region scoreboard. It is the Otter girls falling to Detroit Lakes tonight. Your final score, Detroit Lakes 2, Fergus Falls 1 from Otter Stadium. Have a great night and so long.
Thank you for joining us for a KBRFradio.com sports video presentation. Today's game is proudly brought to you by Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups, Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show, Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard, Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout, Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota Player of the Game, Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated, Fergus Monument, Ottertail Coaches, American Federal Bank of Fergus Falls, Running Stitches, Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's, FM Bank, Viking Cafe, Service Food, and Ugstead Plumbing and Heating. Thank you for joining us for a special sports presentation on KBRFradio.com.